Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It is a beautiful day here in San Diego. Hopefully, it is where you are as well. Um, we're having more of the typical weather for this time of the year. It's gotten a little colder, which I don't mind, and it's gotten a little rainy as well, which I don't mind either. I like this weather, and it's the type of weather that we're used to at this time of the year. Past week we've been having like a heat wave, and it was kind of different. Let's say it that way. And this is in the raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. We've been talking about the topic of passion and what it means. We are in the month of February, and everybody talks about Valentine's Day, which is coming up this next weekend. And people are all of a sudden remember about passion, about love, about doing all that that involves affection and all that, right? And so we've been saying that passion is something that we all have. We all have passion, and not just for romantic reasons, but passion in everything that we do. And but in order to have passion, we need to be passionate for God, because He's the one that put it in us. So we need to understand that we have to have passion for Him, because if we have passion for God, then we will have passion for everything else that we do. And so we've been talking about the 6 causes that can keep us from having passion for God. And we've already talked about, I believe, 4 of them. Let's review them quickly. An unbalanced life is one of them, and I talked more in depth about them in previous videos. You can go back and see. But the first thing is unbalanced life. Number 2 are wasted gifts and talents. Number 3, unconfessed sins. Number 4, unresolved conflicts. And that brings us to the 5th one. And the 5th one is the lifestyle. Our lifestyle. Sometimes you lose passion for God because you're not spending time around other people who have passion for God. It's plain and simple. If you hang out with people that are passionate about something, you'll be passionate about that same thing. And so if you're not spending time around other people that are passionate about God and that love God, what do you think is going to happen? I love the Bible because it's practical, it's full of common sense. And it says in Ecclesiastes 4, verses 9 and 10, it says, 2 are better than 1. Because if one falls down, his friend can help him up. But pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up. So you see, we need each other. We all fall sometimes. We all need people to help us up in our lives. And it's not only for the difficult times, it's also for the good times. Human beings were made for relationships. We were designed by God in that way. We need to be in relationships, and we need to have interaction with other people. In a prison, when they want to give somebody the ultimate punishment, what do? They separate them from all the human contact. It's called solitary confinement. They're separated for a long period of time because we were made to be around other people. And whether you're married or single or need relationship, you need a relationship with others. You need to relate to other people who are passionate for God. And that's how we will be able to maintain our passion for God. After many years in serving in a church, and basically it's been all my life, I've observed some things about this. I've seen a lot of people lose their passion for God. Those that lose their passion for God, there's a predictable pattern. You can see it in the same way almost every time. And this is what I've observed. So number 1, the first thing that happens is the person stops going to church. I'm not talking about the ritual of going to church. I'm talking about they draw back from the relationships of being around other believers. They give different excuses for not going to church. I'm on vacation. I'll just watch it online. I'll get back to it soon, etc., etc. Whatever the reason, they drift away from the life of the church. And by doing this, their passion for God begins to end. The next thing that happens is your heart starts to turn cold. People suddenly feel far from God. They feel like God's far from them and they're not worthy of his presence. Passion is lost. And so when we surround ourselves with other people that love God, that this will help us feel that that love, God's love. Hebrews 10:24 and 25 says, "And let us consider how to stimulate one another to love and good deeds, not forsaking our own assembling together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near." So, we need to make sure that we have the correct lifestyle. So the question for me to you is, what is your lifestyle? What is your lifestyle? How are you living your life? And is your passion suffering because of this? Your passion for God? Those of you that are Christian, those of you that are a follower of Christ. If you're not, then how is your passion? What is your passion? What are you passionate about? Is it the wrong things? Is it affecting your relationships? Is it affecting, if you're married, is it affecting your marriage? You've got to check your lifestyle. What is your lifestyle about? All right, well, we will continue talking about this in the next video, and we will talk about the sixth thing that will, the sixth reason that takes us away from passion from God, or that draws us away from a passion for God. All right. Hope you have an amazing rest of your week. The middle of the week, we're almost there. We're almost back to the weekend. I hope everything works out for you, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.